Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ask Julie Ryan Show. I'm Julie, your host, and I'm so delighted you could join us this week. My intention in doing this show is to provide information, insight, and comfort to people all over the world by helping to answer life's unanswerable questions. We have a whole bunch of people on hold tonight, but I have three little things I want to go over first. Number one, my new book, The 2-Minute Rule, is coming out today or tomorrow. So we will post it on all the social media once it's released, but it should be, I'm hoping, by tomorrow. And it's going to take you 20 minutes to read it. But you know how you always hear me talk about the 2-minute rule? Helps you be able to discern between what's a real fear and what's a fake fear. It's going to rock your world. It's the 2-minute rule, the key to an amazing life. So look for that. That's number one. Number two, my angelic attendant training. I teach once a quarter. April's full. I have a few spots left in June, and that's going to be the last one that I do online. So if you want to take the class online, it's 4 Saturdays in June, then please sign up, because my fall angelic attendant training class is going to be live, and we're going to hold it in Atlanta. I've had many people ask me to do the training live. They say, I would love to take your training and learn how to do all the woo-woo stuff that you do, but I want to do it in person. So what I've decided to do is once a quarter, I'm going to go to a big city that has a big airport that's easy to get in and out of and has a lot of population. And then we'll just do the training live over a weekend. And what I'm thinking is do like a Ask Julie Ryan Live on a Friday night for anybody that wants to come. And then Saturday and Sunday, we'll do the 4 weeks in 2 days. So week 1 will be Saturday morning. Week 2 will be Saturday afternoon. Week 3 will be Sunday morning. Week 4 will be Sunday afternoon. And then you can go home. We'll probably end by 4-ish. Is my guess. And so we're putting that all together. I'm really excited about it. And I just think it's going to be an amazing experience for everybody that participates, because the vibe is so high. Even when you do it online, you can imagine how it's going to be in person. And then you'll be with other people who are learning. And I think it's really going to be a fun event. So if you're thinking you just want to do it online, then sign up for my June class. One other thing, for those of you that are graduates of the angelic attendant training, you're going to be able to attend for free if it's in a city near you. I'll probably just put you to work as a volunteer, but you can come join the fun too if you're already a graduate of my class. So be looking for more on that. And then lastly, it is the first Thursday in March, which means, you know what? We have a winner of a free session. And so let me get my glasses on here so I can read you what she said. She calls herself AMAJAN 26. So Amajan 26. And she left a review and it says, I cannot get enough of this podcast. Seriously, if you're looking for answers on spirituality, healing, greater meaning to your life, information from loved ones that have passed, or just want to know what your pet is truly thinking, you're in the right place. The way that Julie connects to people in need, as well as the divine, is something to behold. And I absolutely love the fact that she's a self-taught medium and intuitive. It truly goes to show that we have so much potential within if we only have the desire and the tools to tap into it. Julie, thank you for all that you do. Your heart, your compassion, and light energy is heartfelt and inspiring. I know you call your work woo-woo, but you leave us all saying woo-hoo, sending love and light your way from Kentucky. So Amajan 26 from Kentucky, you are the winner of a free session with me valued at $200. And so if you just go to AskJulieRyan.com and you click on the Ask Julie button and write a little note in there and say, hey, I'm the winner of the March free session, then we will help you find a date and time that works with your schedule and works with mine. And then we'll have an hour to talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about your health. I can scan you, do a medical healing on you, an energy healing. We can talk about your pets. We can talk to your dead loved ones. We can do past life stuff. We can tell how close to death somebody is. What else? Spirit guides, angels, buffet of psychicness stuff. And we really cram as much as possible into the hour when we're together. Those of you that have had sessions with me, you know that we move at a fast pace and we get a lot covered. So please let us know and we will find a date and time that works with your schedule and with mine. Okay, let's go to the phones. And our first caller is Renee. Hi, Renee.
Hey, Julie. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, thank you. Good.
Where are you calling from?
Because my husband. Sorry.
Please tell everybody where you're located.
Oh, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, so not too far from Julie in
That's
the south
right.
here.
I'm 3 hours south of Nashville. So,
right.
Yeah, close by. Well, welcome. Do you have a question for me?
I do. So I was calling because my husband's mother, who's 91, yesterday was through blood work, was told that her kidneys were failing, and she opted to just stay at home with hospice. And I was wondering if you could see, what stage she was in of transition.
Yes, absolutely. What Renee's talking about, for those of you that are unfamiliar, as we're all dying, everybody goes through what I call the 12 phases of transition. And it's a series of events where we're surrounded by angels and deceased loved ones, spirits, and the spirits of deceased pets. And as the person gets closer to death, closer to leaving and going to heaven. Remember, everybody goes to heaven. All dogs go to heaven, like that movie in the 80s. Well, all people go to heaven too. And as they're getting closer and closer to death, there's a circle of angels that surrounds the person, and they're anchored by their deceased parents. And if the parents are still alive, it's their deceased grandparents. And then as that person gets closer and closer to death, that circle opens up into a horseshoe and then into a straight line. So Renee, your mother-in-law is in phase 7 right now of transition, and her spirit's out of her body. It's held onto the top of her head. It looks like a bubble, like a speech bubble in a cartoon. And let's ask her the 3 questions I always ask. What's her first name, Renee?
Alice.
Alice. Okay. Miss Alice. She's Southern. I'm sure she goes by Miss Alice. Miss Alice, are you ready to go? Yes. She not only said yes, Renee, she said absolutely. Absolutely. Right after she said yes. Okay. Are you in pain? She's saying it's not really pain, but she's uncomfortable at times. She's saying it's kind of hard for her to get comfortable. She's showing me her squirming around a little bit, trying to lay in a position where she's comfortable, but she's saying it's not really painful, just uncomfortable. And then, what do you need? Just my family. She wants her family around her. So I'm sure you guys are close by. Hospice is involved.
We're right here. They are.
Okay, great.
And when I saw her yesterday afternoon, and then till today, there's a huge difference in 24 hours. And
how so? How so?
Well, yesterday, she had been in a rehab place because she'd hurt her knee or something happened. And so I think she was probably just even glad to be home yesterday. And then we had just been to Europe to see our daughter, her granddaughter, and she wanted to know all about that. And my husband told me, he said she's talked to you more and seen more with it than anybody in the last couple of weeks. And then today when I went over there, she really could hardly talk, and she was more crumpled up, and her little hands were more folded in, and everything was different in her body. And yesterday when I was there, went to see her, she said, Renee, I'm ready and I'm not ready. And I said, well, I'm sure you're spiritually ready, but nobody's ever physically ready to leave their loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
In my
Yeah,
view,
I have goosebumps
So
with you talking about that. And the other thing, Renee, too, when she was so on it yesterday, that's called the rally. And it's very
right,
common at the end of life that people they'll rally. They'll seem like, oh my gosh, they're getting better and they're going to make it. And then they go in a couple of days. So pay
right.
attention to all you have to do is just ask spirit, ask it in your head, ask it out loud. Just say, what phase is Miss Alice in? You'll get a number and then you can refer to the chart. For those of you that are listening that haven't seen the chart, if you go to my website, askjulieryan.com, and go to the 12 phases page, there's a graphic that shows what the different phases look like, and you can download it for free. I always suggest, Renee, for people to put it on their phones so that it's easy to
No,
pull
that's a
up.
good idea.
And then you just ask in your head, what phase is Miss Alice in? And you'll get a number, and then you can refer to the chart. So, and you don't have to be
Okay,
with her to do that. You can do that from anywhere. You can,
right.
and if you see that she's moving through the phases rather quickly, she's about halfway there. Then you probably want to be sure everybody that wants to say goodbye before she goes to heaven is there to do that. And
Yeah,
if people can't
it's
get in for some reason, travel is restrictions or whatever, get them on the FaceTime or get them on a Zoom or something like that so that they can at least, or she can at least hear them, put the phone up to her ear, even if she's not coherent, because sound and hearing is the last thing to go. So they always can
that's a
hear
good
us
idea.
up, up
That's
till
a good
the end.
idea.
So, yeah. Well,
Yeah, it
good
just
luck
seemed the
with all of
doctor
that.
had
I'm
said
so
she has maybe
sorry.
a week, but it just seemed like maybe she has less time than a week to me. But
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for
thank you,
calling,
Julie.
sending you big hugs. You
You're welcome.
bet.
Thank
Bye,
you too.
Renee.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Erica next. Hi, Erica.
Hi, Julie. How
How
are
are you,
you?
my girl?
Good, good, so good. So good to be able to talk to you. It's been a little while.
That's right. Tell everybody where you're located, please.
I am actually next door to you in Dawsonville, Georgia.
Oh, I was going to say, are you at my neighbor's house?
Right, no, not down the street, but just
that close. Yeah, not quite that
yeah,
close. All
awfully
right.
close.
Well, terrific. Well, Dawsonville. I don't even know where that is. Is that near Atlanta?
Yeah, it's an hour north of Atlanta, like
Okay.
up near the mountains in the country.
Okay. So you can meet us in Atlanta in the fall for the live and for my training.
Yes, I would love
Yeah.
that. Music to my ears when I heard that.
Yes. Well, Erica, have been asked that so many times. And yesterday alone, I was asked twice within an hour, 2 clients back to back. I thought, all right. So I made an executive decision with myself and
I
decided to
love it.
just do it. So, well, you got a question for me?
I do. It's for my dog. His
Yeah.
name is Hank, and he just had a 10-inch tumor removed and his
Ugh.
spleen last week, and it came back as hemangiosarcoma cancer, which is apparently like a really aggressive cancer. However, he's totally normal. Like nothing, like just took his spleen out in a tumor, no big deal. And so I'm wondering, like, is he on his way out, or is it taking over his body? Or I have some, I think it's actually a friend of Dr. Homeopathic doctor who gave me some very special herbs that basically can target cancer cells, but not your good cells. So I'm like, he's acting normal. If there's anything I can do, I'd like to do it. Or is something about to like rear its head around the corner? I'm so in the dark on what to do, or if it can be reversed.
How old is he, Erica, and what kind of dog is he?
He's 10, and he's like a lab Great Dane mix.
Oh, big dog. Okay.
He's a big boy.
Big boy. All right. Let me get him on my radar. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to you, and from you to Hank. I love his name. Go to Hank.
His name's Hank Jeremiah.
Right. Hank what? Jeremiah?
Yes.
Oh, hilarious. Oh, my God. So when he's in trouble, he's called both names probably, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So how this works for those of you that are first-time callers is I raise my vibrational level to the level of spirit. I close my eyes for a minute. I watch a laser beam come from my body here in Birmingham, Alabama. In your case, it headed east over towards Atlanta and then went north. And so I've got Erica in my mind's eye. I go from Erica to Hank. So it's like I watch these laser beams move from person to person if it's somebody asking me to scan somebody else. So that's what I'm doing. His spirit is in his body right now, Erica. He's not dying at the moment. So let me get him and see what I can do. So I'm using stem cell energy to regenerate his spleen. How about that? Works on animals, works on
the spleen out.
Humans. Yeah, I know. They took it out, right?
Yeah, they removed the spleen.
I know. So we're regenerating a new one for him.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So there's a template, like a mold. Think of a plastics mold or a Jell-O mold or a mold for Play-Doh or whatever. And there's stem cell energy going into that mold. It's the mold of a spleen. And the stem cell energy is a light amber colored gel, has sparkles in it. Reminds me of a watery gel called Dippity Doo. That was a hair gel when I was a kid back in the day. And so that's filling the mold. And then what's happening is, okay, that's generated. Now it's going into place. And the plumbing, if you will, that was removed from his spleen to take his spleen out is being reattached to the new spleen. And then there's a vortex spinning in front of where the new spleen is going in. So we're regenerating a new spleen for him. And I think he's going to be around for a while. I see him running around and kind of jumping. So I think just enjoy him. Hank, is there anything that you need? More treats. They always say more treats. That is always, every time, they always say more treats. Any kind of animal, even birds. It's hysterical. All right. Other than more treats, what do you want? Better food. He says his food doesn't taste very good. What are you feeding him?
It's a brand called Acana. I know the ideal diets are typically raw and freeze-dried raw. He has such a sensitive stomach. I have him on the kibble, but I make him like ground turkey, ground beef. I just made him beef bone broth.
Maybe it's feed him bone broth. Maybe it's the kibble that he doesn't like the taste of. I don't know, but he says it's not very good. Right. So,
all right. Well, he will get what he wants then.
There you go. All right. Well, I hope he feels better.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care. Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. All righty. We do this show every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and 5 Pacific. The call-in number is 667-770-1476, and the access code is 483620#. Now, you can find these anywhere in the show notes, anywhere you download podcasts. We're on all of the channels. We're on YouTube, and we're also on Alexa. So please remember to subscribe and leave a review wherever you watch the show or listen to the show. Or you can go to ratethispodcast.com/Julie and leave a review there. And then when you do leave a review, then you're entered into a drawing for a free session with me. And I give one away the first of every month, like I did earlier tonight. So that's all you have to do. Just leave a review. Let's see what else. Call-in details can also be found on the day of the show, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest at Ask Julie Ryan. And reminder to call in is posted the day of the show. While you're on my website, be sure to sign up for my weekly newsletter. And there's a little reminder in there too. And that's the questions somebody has sent in, and I answer it. Also, I started answering a second question a week, and it's on only YouTube, and it's called Angel Chat. So what I'm doing, you guys, is I'm trying to get as many people answered for free as I can from the show, from the questions, from my lives, from all of that. I'm trying to do as much of it as I can. So submit questions online and yours might be chosen. You can also schedule an appointment with me. Then we'll have a whole hour to talk about whatever you want. The key is get on my calendar. We can move you around once you're on my calendar. You're going to get a confirmation email, and in that email is going to be a reschedule button. So click on that periodically when you think about it, because people reschedule all the time, usually at least 2 or 3 a week. And sometimes you can get in within 24 hours, even though your regular appointment is booked for far out. So keep that in mind, the reschedule thing. And remember the training, what I talked about earlier. June's going to be the last one that I do online. So if you want to do it online, better sign up before the places go. Those spots, they go fast normally. All right. This week, the question is from Helen, and Helen lives in Kampala, Uganda. And she said, "Hi, Julie. I just recently learned about you and wish I had known about you sooner. My dad recently passed in late December from prostate cancer. He was 74 years old, and my mom passed away in 2000. My father's death is very devastating for me and my family because he was our only surviving parent. When my dad was diagnosed in August of 2018, my sister and I immediately embarked on a mission to help him survive. This included medical intervention and prayer. I feel let down by God for not healing my dad, or for at least allowing him to live a somehow normal life with cancer. We weren't there at the time my dad passed because our goal was for him to get better and leave the hospital alive. Can you please share any information about his transition, any message from him or my mom, and why God didn't answer our prayers about giving him a second chance so we could have him a little longer? I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for all the work you do. Kind regards, Helen." And here's my response. That touched my heart. I was like, oh my gosh, this poor woman. So I said, "Hi, Helen. My sincere condolences to you and your family on the loss of your father. It sounds like you and your sister went out of your way to assist him in a multitude of ways, both physical and spiritual, at the end of his life. Feeling let down or even angry with God is understandable and is part of the grieving process. The University of Washington Counseling Center says the 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, and that these stages are humans' attempts to process change and protect ourselves while we adapt to a new reality. There isn't anything you or anyone else could have done to prolong your dad's life. It's been my experience in working with thousands of families as their loved one is at the end of their lives that we all decide when, where, how, and with whom we transition. Although it doesn't make sense to most of us left behind, it is always a person's spirit's prerogative to make these choices. Like what we were talking about with Renee, with her mother-in-law, Miss Alice. Miss Alice is going to decide when she goes, and nobody can do anything to change that. Think about when somebody gets shot and we talk about, okay, the murderer, blah, 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 blah. Well, the person who's shot is the one that decides whether they die from the gunshot or not. There are plenty of people that get shot that don't die. So keep that in mind, that we all decide when we go. Just ask any funeral director, pastor, or medical provider who's worked with dying people. They'll have countless stories about how the person waited for someone to arrive, waited until everyone had left the room, or waited for another request to be granted. Regarding your dad's transition, no one ever dies alone, including your dad. He was surrounded by angels, the spirits of deceased loved ones and pets, and of course, your mom's spirit was there too. Please check out my angelic attendants, What Really Happens as We Transition from This Life into the Next Book, for more details. As for any messages from your parents, your mother's spirit's showing me herself smiling and holding a bunch of brightly colored balloons. She went on to say, all life, whether in physical or spirit, is like a party. Your dad is showing me him sitting in a chair in the countryside watching herds of wild animals like zebras and wildebeests run by. He told me he loves doing that because since he's now a spirit, the animals can't see him. He sounds like he was a fun guy. Hope this information comforts you. I think he was saying that because when he was alive, he didn't want to get trampled by a herd. Now that he's in spirit form, it doesn't matter. So I thought that was a riot. So Helen, thank you for submitting that question and sending you big hugs from Sweet Home, Alabama. Okay, let's go back to the phones. And let's see who we're going to have next. Let's go to Katie. Hi, Katie.
Hello?
Katie, are you with us? Hi, Katie.
Yes. Hi, Julie.
How you doing?
I am terrific. I'm hoping you guys aren't here. We are in the middle of a major thunderstorm. It's very impressive.
Oh, no.
Hopefully it's not too loud.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Please tell everybody where you're located in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Yeah, we're here in just north of Austin, Texas.
Okay, terrific. Well, you got a question for me?
I do. So since finishing your beautiful training, and for anyone listening, I highly recommend it. It's life-changing. I've launched my solo practice in hypnotherapy, and now kind of at a crossroads of deciding, do I just quit my nice, cushy, comfortable corporate job and just go for it? Financially, it's going to be a hit, but I'm not quite sure. I'm looking for Spirit's guidance to kind of help me make that decision as to when I jump ship and what time. I know it's sometime this year, but I want to make sure that it's in my best interest to do that in the long run.
What I'm getting, Katie, when you were asking the question is it's a little early. So get yourself established, keep that other income coming in. You'll know when's the right time, but I'm getting that it's too early. Don't give up your day job or your source of income that you have. Don't give up your day job until you're more established, when you have clients and you have people referring you and all of that, because it's stressful to start a company. Now, remember, I've started 9 companies from scratch in 5 different industries. So I know what I talk about when I say it's stressful. No matter what kind of company, no matter how much money you have, you always think, oh my God, am I going to be able to pay for this? And at the beginning, there are times when you'll think, for me, when I started my first company at 25, I thought, okay, after I went through all my savings, I thought, okay, where's my next $100 coming from? And you will have those moments, and every entrepreneur has them, but I'm getting that it's a little soon.
Are you getting any type of a timeline?
All I'm getting is you'll know. That's trying to control it, allow it instead of trying to control it. I know you're impatient, but what is coming through really loudly and clearly is use social media to advertise yourself. And are you going to be working just online? Are you going to be just working in person, or both? Or what are you doing?
My hope is to do both. So I expect to be traveling around the country and be able to see clients as I'm doing speaking engagements, and also see clients wherever I am in the world at the time.
Okay. Great.
Hypnosis is equally effective online as it is in person. And so, that's a great opportunity to be helping a lot of people.
Yeah. So what I'm getting is focus on the online to start off, and then travel with it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. Good luck. Do you want to tell everybody what your website is?
Oh, sure. Thank you. It is wellmindedhypnosis.com.
What's the first part of it?
Well, WELL
Well-minded.
wellmindedhypnosis.com.
Okay. Everybody listening, give Katie a call, wellmindedhypnosis.com. Okay, girl.
Thanks
so much for calling. Okay. Sending you a big hug. Bye. Okay. Let's go to Irene next. Hi, Irene.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm going through and I have a little boy embryo, and he's our last one, and I was kind of wondering if you saw a spirit baby coming through.
Okay, please tell everybody where you're located first.
Oh, sorry. California, Orange County.
Okay. All right. So you've got the embryo you're going to do in vitro.
Yes.
Are you getting ready to get the embryo implanted?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. There is a baby spirit above your right shoulder. Looks like a little orb. Irene, will this pregnancy take? Right now, I'm getting a yes.
Oh, wow.
Now, remember, future events are fluid. There are a bajillion variables that will will influence an outcome. But right now, I'm getting green light. All systems go.
I bet it's a boy.
I get a yes right now, but it's future events too. So even though that sounds crazy, I have seen stranger things happen where we're getting it's a boy and then later on we're getting it's a girl and it ends up being a girl. So all I can tell you is what I'm getting at this moment in time.
Okay. Thank you. That makes me very excited. We've had a little bit of hiccups along the way, so I was getting concerned.
Yeah.
I was getting too old.
let me know what happens.
Yes, thank you so much.
Shoot me a note. Okay. All righty. Thanks for calling.
I have to have a surgery next month, so we're hoping that that's successful and we can move forward.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Fingers are crossed, girl. Thanks. Bye. Okay. Let's go to Kaylee next. Hi, Kaylee.
Hello. Thanks for taking my call, Julie.
You're welcome. Where are you?
Central Pennsylvania.
Okay, great. Got a question for me?
I do. This is about my mother. To try to make a long story short, she has a long history of cancer that had started 16 years ago, terminal cancer, and she beat all odds. However, just last week, we found out that she was diagnosed with leukemia. She's currently in the hospital. We don't have a differential diagnosis of what kind yet, but it's all very worrisome because of her current state of health. I didn't know if you could do like a scan on her, potentially help her. I'm at desperation at this point.
What's her first name, Kaylee?
Cheryl. She goes by Sherry.
Sherry. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to you, and from you to your mom, I'm going to ask her permission if I can scan her. And if she says yes, I will. If she says no, I won't, because it's an ethical thing with me. So here we go. Here comes my laser beam from Sweet Home, Alabama, heading to you in PA. All right. Got you. Going to your mom. Got your mom. All right, Sherry, I am talking with Kaylee. She's saying it's fine. It's fine. Okay, good. I don't know if you cleared that with her up front, but good job if you didn't. All right. So her spirit's in her body. She's not dying at the moment, which is great news. The leukemia, what I'm watching, leukemia looks to me like blood cells with red dots in them. And so what I'm doing is watching a DNA healing on her. There are 7 strands of DNA that have come out of an X chromosome. Kaylee, think of them looking like a piece of paper that you'd see inside a fortune cookie with a fortune written on them. And they're comprised of 4 nucleic acids, and they're represented by 4 letters, A, T, C, G. One strand can have 100,000 letters, can have 1 billion letters. I'm watching those letters get resequenced back to a normal recipe. So they are getting resequenced and going back in. I'm also doing a lymph cleanse on her. So imagine there's a vertical oval tube that looks like one of those pneumatic tubes at the bank that you put the little container in and it sucks it into the building kind of a thing. And all her lymph fluids in there. Lymph fluid is kind of an amber color and is globby, like lava lamp fluid. And so that's spinning really fast. And any cancer cells or debris are coming out through the bottom of her feet. There's a hole that's opened up on the bottom of each foot. And so we're doing a reverse osmosis healing, kind of like what they do with purified water. They get the impurities out, but keep the liquid. That's what we're doing there too. All right, she's got 2 more strands of DNA, 1 more. Okay, those are back in. Right now, I think that she's looking like she's going to be around for a while at least. So I hope that gives you a little comfort, because I don't see that she's dying. Now, again, as I was just mentioning to Irene, future events are fluid. So all I can give you is what I'm getting at this moment in time, but that could be different next week, next month, next year. But that's what I'm getting right now. So I hope that helps.
Okay.
Thank
you so much.
All righty. You're welcome. Thanks for calling. Hang in there. Okay. Let's go to, I'm looking for Azura. All right. Azura. Hi, girl.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Julie.
Hi. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I just relocated from Maui, Hawaii to Boston a few days ago.
Wonderful. Well, that's going to be an abrupt change for you. How's your body adjusting?
I haven't ventured outside very much yet.
I bet not. Do you guys have snow right now?
There has been a snowstorm that's supposed to come, but it hasn't hit yet. So it's kind of scared me from venturing out very much.
Oh, goodness. Well, good luck with that.
I'm hearing myself echoing in the background, so it's throwing me off just a little bit.
Uh-oh. Well, get me off speaker. If I'm on speaker, hold the phone up to your mouth.
You're not on speaker. Yes, you're held up to my mouth.
All right.
Yes, so when I was 30, about 12 years ago, I was rear-ended in a car accident and had a really traumatic brain injury, and I got stuck in a trauma loop of reliving having been raped a few months prior. And I've since released the trauma of the rape, but my body consciously turned off my ability to visualize, and I haven't been able to rewire that. And I do a lot of healing work myself and meditation, and I feel like if I had the ability to visualize again, it would really help me on my purpose and my path. And I'm hoping you can help and also decalcify any pineal gland challenges from chemical exposure.
Yes. So I'm already in your head. And neural pathways in the head, Azura, look like laser beams that crisscross a room as part of a security system in a home or a building or a museum. And so some of them are fragmented. That's like they've been cut. So what I'm watching is I'm watching them get restored. I'm watching your whole neural pathway system in your brain is being soaked in stem cell energy, like you soak a shirt that you need to get the stain out of or something. And so I'm watching that happen. There's a vortex spinning above your head. Those neural pathways are being regenerated. So you'll be able to visualize. As far as the pineal gland, what I'm watching there is it looks like a pistachio with the hard shell on it. So I'm removing the hard shell and then putting stem cell energy on that. And it's starting to glow. Have you ever seen one of those statues? A lot of times they're found in India, and they have kind of the pineal gland and it looks like it's glowing.
Yes.
Kind of looks like that's what yours looks like. So,
thank you so much, Julie.
Yeah, these are all getting ramped back up. So you're going to be able to do it here soon. Remember, the healings integrate into the body, and they can integrate instantly. They can take days, weeks, months. They may need some kind of complementary care, but I believe you're going to be able to visualize all of that here again soon.
Thank
I
you
hope
so
that
much.
helps.
That will mean so much to me. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You are
Julie.
most welcome. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much. Have a
Good
beautiful
luck in
day.
Boston. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Allie next. Hi, Allie.
Hi. Thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome. Please tell everybody where you're located.
I am calling from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay, great. You got a question for me?
I do. So I had the opportunity to have 3 beautiful babies very close together to each other. But after my 3rd baby, my body just I feel like just totally failed me. Like I had the worst postpartum anxiety and depression. I gained a lot of weight out of nowhere. I didn't change anything. And I feel like I still have this just like heaviness and inflammation about me that I haven't been able to figure out. And that was about 2.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the anxiety has gotten a lot better, but there is still a little bit there. And, losing weight is almost impossible. It's very hard for me to do. Since then, I've never had an issue before, but something about whatever happened after my 3rd daughter, or my 2nd daughter, but my 3rd baby, I felt like my body just died a little bit.
Your body didn't die. Your hormones are just out of whack. And so what I've done is I've shot some energetic estrogen into you while you've been talking, Allie, just for time management's sake. And what I want you to do is do a search, put your zip code in, and then do an internet search on compounding pharmacy. Put that in the search and find a couple that are in your area, and then call them and ask them who's doing bioidentical hormones. And then ask them if they have any OBGYNs doing them, because your insurance will cover it then. I work with young women all the time postpartum, and they sometimes just need a little help getting their hormones back regulated after they have a baby or 3 in a row in quick order. And it's easy to fix. You're going to feel better immediately, and your brain chemicals are going to work better. You're going to be able to lose weight. You're going to have more energy to chase all those babes around. And it's a pretty easy fix. So you want bioidentical, Allie, because that's the exact composition from a molecular standpoint of what our bodies make when we're young and fertile like you and popping out babies. So the synthetic ones are the ones you want to avoid, but the bioidentical are the ones that you're going to want. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So you bet. I hope you feel better. Alrighty, everybody. That's it for this week. Thanks so much for calling in, those of you that joined me. If I didn't get you on, please call back next week. I'll do my best to get you on then. And for those of you that are watching and listening, thanks for joining us. Sending you lots of love from Sweet Home, Alabama. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to follow Julie on Instagram and YouTube at Ask Julie Ryan, and like her on Facebook at Ask Julie Ryan. To schedule an appointment or submit a question, please visit AskJulieRyan.com.
This show is for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be medical, psychological, financial, or legal advice. Please contact a licensed professional. The Ask Julie Ryan Show, Julie Ryan and all parties involved in producing, recording, and distributing it assume no responsibility for listeners' actions based on any information heard on this or any Ask Julie Ryan shows or podcasts.